Alright guys, Hayzink here, welcome back to the channel for another Street Fighter Duel video. So in today's video, I am going to be, I guess, dissecting the community, I guess insulting some people, and I guess upsetting myself as well as others. Pain, I'm sorry mate, you're probably going to be offended at the things I say in this video. Don't worry, I'm not attacking Pain, don't worry. So today we're going to be talking about what is the best way to play this game, right? Is the best way to play this game free to play or pay to win? Simple as, right? Now, as you guys know, I am free to play, all the way, 100% free to play. My box is completely earned. I have gone out of my way. I've learned how to crack the inner workings of this game, and I have earned the greatest free to play box in existence. Okay, absolutely amazing. Pika, your free to play account has got nothing on my free to play account. Look at the power, look at the levels, look at me lying. But yeah, so what I'm going to talk about today is it better to play free to play or is it better to play pay to win? The answer to that is actually pretty easy, right? And it's going to seem like, I guess, a hypocritical stance from me. But let me just explain first of all. There's a couple of different types of players who play this game. First of all, you have whales. Whales, to sum up whales, basically they are people who have more money than sense. To put it in a nutshell, that's it, right? If you're a whale, you come up against a problem. The way you solve that problem is you throw money at it. And by throwing money at it, you get round that problem and it's no longer a problem. Even things that might not take you a long time to actually figure out how to beat, how to pass, it's easier to click on the shop, buy something that will help you progress. This is why sometimes the community will brand whales stupid. I'm not saying that they're stupid, because I mean technically I'm a whale, but I mean you will find that, right? There's another type of player who is I'll say free to play, by the way, right? That's what I'm going to call them, free to play, by the way. And what I mean by free to play, by the way, is they're not really free to play. They will say that, oh, I'm free to play, by the way, I only bought the 1 month pass, or I only bought the starter pack, or I only bought this. Well, you're not free to play then. I mean, that's just how it is. You are what we would call a minnow. You've purchased some small things within the game which have kind of helped give you a bit of a start, and you maybe race on a little bit, and you then become free to play. But if it wasn't for that little injection you had at the start, you wouldn't be where you are. Right? So we'll call you minnows, right? And the reason I call you minnows is because there's a psychology to all gacha games. And that psychology is, once you make your first purchase, you are likely to make more, right? All gacha games know this. They've done studies on this. They've literally sat there with psychologists working this out because they know how to get you to spend. So when you see these little pop-ups, first purchase, buy now, 9,000% value, get this free character when you spend $1. The reason they do that is because they know when you spend that first dollar, the likelihood of you spending more after that point goes up exponentially. That first purchase is the hardest purchase to get a player to make. Once you've made that first purchase, you are statistically more likely to spend more in future. That is why these games are very predatory. They will push things in your face because they want to break you. They want to break your resolve and get you to spend. And that's why a lot of people go from being free to play to being minnows. Now obviously there's dolphins and stuff, but we won't talk about them because dolphins are just like confused. They're in this middle ground between being a whale and being a dolphin. They want to be whales, but they've got more responsibilities and they realise, hang on, I'd rather eat this month than purchase this character at $100, right? So dolphins are their own thing, right? They keep the game sustained just like everyone else. But then you've got actual free-to-play players. Now, there's two types of free-to-play players. You've got free-to-play players. This is where I'm going to get people really hating on me. And then you've got free-to-play elitists. I call them free-to-play elitists, right? Now, what I mean by free-to-play elitists is they basically exist in the same bubble as braggadocious whales, right? So you get two types of whales and you get two types of free to play. You get whales who play the game, understand the game, and spend money. But then you get whales who play the game, don't really understand the game that much, beat things and then brag about it, right? Just like you get free-to-play players who are great, they work out strategies, they do fantastic, but then you've got free-to-play players who do great, they work out strategies, and then they love to scream at the top of their lungs that you suck because you're a whale. Like, it's such a polar thing. I don't really understand why it exists. It's like, I hate you because you spend money, and then the other one is, I don't like you because you're poor. Right? What? Why can we not live in harmony and be nice people? Anyway, so we go back to the free-to-plays. The type of free-to-play players who I think have the most fun in this game, and we actually owe a lot to these players, are real free-to-play players who they do not want to spend money, they want to enjoy the game, and they want to get as far as people who spend money, right? Now, ultimately, they're not going to quite break that barrier. You won't get as far as someone who spends money, right? You won't. However, what you will get is you will get a better understanding of the game, 90% of the time, I'd say. You will find that a lot of strategies, so strategies to eke out the most scores, to get the most multipliers, to do the most damage, that type of stuff often comes from free-to-play players because they're the ones who have to experiment, they're the ones who have to find the ways to manipulate mechanics, to push them to that higher level. So in a lot of games, you'll actually find that it's not the people at the top that find out how to score more, how to do more. It's the players who don't have the advantage of just buying the new DPS character who does the most damage. They've got to go into their box and they've got to find that unit who has been slept on for months, who in a particular event will just absolutely pop off. People like Pika, I'll give them a shout out. They go in and they find the things that work. You know, they find the things that make accounts better, that make boxes better. And you know what? Ultimately, they probably have more fun. They do. Because what is more fun in life? Walking in somewhere where you're faced with a challenge and saying, oh here, I don't like that challenge. Take $100. I'm not doing that challenge. And then you walk past that challenge. Or walking in, facing a challenge, having a few goes at it, struggling, figuring out how to beat it, and then getting that actual satisfaction of knowing that you have earned that progression. Not bought it, you've earned that progression. The facts are, free-to-play players have more fun. This game is more fun for free-to-play players. Now there is one other type of player who I have not spoken about, who I'm going to speak about now, who maybe I know a little bit about personally. You have another type of whale. You have a type of whale who has found a way to justify their gambling addiction. A type of whale who has found a way to explain away their lack of impulse control, poor decision making, and various things like that. These people all have something in common. They're talking to you on a daily basis. They have cameras like this, or not. In the case of me and Payne, you've got a camera. Mark, he's got one as well, but some don't have a camera. Most of them just have a smartphone, and a wire, and a capture card if they've spent a bit more money. Some people just use emulators. They're called content creators. And those content creators use the guise of making content to justify their poor decisions. And those are the worst type of whales. They really are. So, if you're going to hate on anyone, hate on them. Don't actually. But no, all jokes aside, don't hate on content creators, because we do try and pretend that we're spending money so that we can show you guys stuff in game, when really we're spending money because we're hopelessly addicted and we keep clicking summon when we're not supposed to. But to answer the age-old question, what is the best way to play these games? The answer is free to play. Not only do you have more fun, you do not have to worry about sunk cost. Whales, if you've spent 10 grand on a game, you don't want to quit that game. You don't want that game to suddenly die off. If you've spent 10 grand in a game and you start to see people pushing ahead of you, then immediately your brain launches to, oh crap, I need to spend more money. And you enter sunk cost where you start throwing money to keep your progression up. Because you then feel that everything you've spent before then, wait, the free-to-plays are starting to catch up with me. I need to push on again. You spend more money to get even further. Whereas free-to-play, you do not have to worry about that. Free-to-play, if end of service is announced after 2 years, oh well, that was a fun ride. Don't need to worry about that. Pay to win, pay to play, whatever. End of service is announced after 2 years. Oh my god, I need to look back at the last 2 years and I really need to assess my life decisions because I could have bought a new car with the money that I've spent on this game and now it's closed down. What the hell am I going to do? This is why you're better to stay free to play. 100% you're better to stay free to play. Yes, in the short term it may look like it's better to have a whale account with all these shiny fancy new units and stuff like that, but I tell you right now guys, some of the most fun that people have playing gacha games is free to play. Some of the best gacha channels are free to play. Shout out to my boy J Fanta. I'm quite friendly with J Fanta. Makes great content for Dokkan Battle. He originally was trying to do the normal standard channel. You know what I mean? Same as everyone else. I'll go and I'll drop loads of money and I'll do, oh my god, I've spent £1,000 summoning, oh. But he was in a sea of people who were doing the same thing. So what Jay did was, he pivoted, he made his channel completely free to play, and in the purest form possible, where he didn't use summonable units unless they became permanent fixtures that you could gain free to play using things like shards and stuff like that. And he carved out a whole thing that was different from everyone else. He probably is regarded as one of the best Dokkan players because he can do this stuff without throwing money at it. He's just got a big brain, all these strategies to beat things, and hats off to him. That is fun, stressful, more playtime than most people, because most people get content, finished it in 5 minutes. Jay might take him a couple of weeks, but you know what? He's having fun. He's figuring out strategies, he's figuring out how to beat things. And that is you guys. That is you guys who are free to play. You are there, you are grinding, you are earning your growth. It might be slow, but you know what? It's both free and it's fun for you. Because you're going to find out more about units than someone like me probably on a first-hand basis, because you're going to use them, you're going to take them out there, you're going to see how they work. You are playing the game the best way possible. This isn't a practice what I preach kind of thing. If you want to spend money. It's up to you. But I'll tell you right now, you'll enter into a rabbit hole. It's very deep, that rabbit hole, and it's then very easy to click the next purchase, the next purchase, the next purchase. Stay free to play, stay having fun, stay building the strats, keep helping the community, keep finding better ways to beat bosses that people like me can then use to improve my scores. Yeah, that's what I do. Anyway guys, that's my answer on what's a better way to play, free to play or pay to win. Let me know if I insulted you in the comments down below. Let me know what category you fall into. Are you free to play? Are you whale? Are you free to play, by the way, like I called them? Or are you a dumbass content creator like me who makes silly decisions? Anyway, Pain, if I insulted you, you know it's true. You know it's true. You know it's true. Anyway, catch you in the next one. Peace out, dudes, and I'll see you later. Bye.